What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo back here at it again. And so like today I just wanted to share my Boba Fett collection, you know, vintage and modern. Obviously I don't have the modern stuff out here, it just didn't fit. I couldn't fit everything into the frame of the video, and so I'll show you that afterwards. But of course I wanted to show you my Kenner stuff first, you know, and then we'll go into the Hasbro. And like I said, this is everything here is graded by AFA. I do have some stuff that I'll show you in a minute that's ungraded, that is getting ready to go out. And then of course I do have some stuff right now at AFA getting ready or getting graded at the moment, and then I'm just waiting for that to come back. But as you can see here, for the older stuff, of course, you know, I only have 4 loose, you know, Boba Fett action figures here, and they're all different, unique variants. Now, I wish I could get a carded one, but for, man, the price that they go for, and it'll take a while for me to obtain one. I know some people get lucky at like flea markets or antique stores or whatnot, but I haven't had that luck. So hopefully someday I'll be able to obtain one, get it graded or whatnot, and show you guys. But so far, let me just show you what I have. Let me show you the 4 here. These are the loose Kenner Star Wars action figures. You know, these are all Boba Fett. And then I'll show you what I have back there. Those are the Kenner that released kind of in the mid 90s, later on, late 90s, and those are all the Power of the Force 2 carded stuff. So let me just show you what I got here. So the first one here, now this is you're pretty much your common action figure that you see. You can find these all day long on eBay or Facebook groups or whatnot. But this is my Hong Kong country of origin Boba Fett with the brown belt, and I'll show you the label here. So this is a 1979 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, country of origins Hong Kong Boba Fett. Now this one received an 85 plus, so really good minty score, and this was graded a long time ago, because as you can see, the rest of them have that new acrylic accessory holder, and this one does not. They just used to tape it off to the side. But like I said, this is super common. You can find these guys all day long. This is your Hong Kong with the brown belt, you know, just your basic, you know, real US release Boba Fett. The next one's also, I would say, somewhat common, but you know, I would say this one kind of goes up on price compared to this one, and this is the Taiwan country of origin Boba Fett. And of course, you know, the biggest thing, as you can tell, is that it's got that black belt, and then the helmet's a little bit darker there. And so this is a Taiwan, so let me show you the label. So again, 1979 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, and this is a Taiwan, you know, country of origin. This one also received an 85 plus. So like, you know, there are 2 other variants between these 2 country of origin. So there is actually a Hong Kong with a dark belt, and then there is a Taiwan with a light belt like the Hong Kong, and the action figure grader has a great example of that. And so I believe I do have I want to say I do have a Hong Kong that I have not sent out with a darker belt, so I gotta send that out. So like I said, this is pretty much your standard Hong Kong. Not as rare. These are common too. You know, these were common with the US release, you know, Star Wars figures, but I want to say the Taiwan is not as common as a Hong Kong, and so the price on this one goes a little bit higher than your Hong Kong. Hong Kong you can find all day long. And then, you know, like an example of my loose stuff, I have like 5 of these, and so this is how I get it ready to ship off. So I put it in one of these snack baggies, sandwich bags, and then I put it into a clamshell, and then, you know, the figures in there with the accessories, and I ship it off to AFA or CAS for grading. But like I said, you know, I got a bunch of these because they're so common, these Hong Kong excuse me. And so this is just an example of how I have it loose, and this is how I store it before I send it out to AFA or CAS. So that's the loose one. And like I said, I think I have 5 of them loose. You know, they're all like between different conditions, I would say. Like, some are really good. The one that I gave out in the last giveaway, that was super minty. That was just like one of these guys. So hopefully if I do get another minty one, I'll hold it off for the next giveaway, which will be 1,000 subscriber giveaway, but who knows how long that's gonna take. So moving on, the next one, these are a little bit more rare. And these guys are kind of like your European logo carded figures. And these guys right here is the No Country of Origin. This is a light blue painted knee version. So as you can see, that little piece right there, that's painted, compared to this guy, that's an unpainted. And so these are common with your tri-logo European ones. And so let me show you the label. So this is a 1979 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, No Country of Origin, Boba Fett, light blue painted knee. And this one receives a 60. Now these guys are, like I said, they're a little bit more rare, so obviously the price goes up with these. So you know, I didn't really care too much about the grading on these guys, because it was just like, if I was trying to get an 85 with this guy, I mean, we're talking about like a ridiculous amount. But as you can see, you know, the huge difference, this guy right here almost looks like it's sun bleached, but it's not. That's just the way they were painted. They just had a lighter blue, and then of course there's two major variants. You know, you got the painted knee, and then you have an unpainted knee, and I think there's one more variant that has to deal with the dart, but I'm not really sure about that. So there's the painted knee, most common with your tri-logo European cards. And then of course this is a unpainted knee. As you see, that part is not painted, still light blue. And I'll show you the label here. So this is a 1979 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, No Country of Origin, Boba Fett, light blue, unpainted knee. Both received 60s, so excellent scores. But these guys right here almost kind of like mirror off of the other two, like besides the light blue. But you know, this guy right here with the painted knee has the brown belt, and then this guy right here with the painted knee actually has like the dark brown belt. So very interesting, and there's more variants out there, but those are the 4 loose that I have right now in my collection. And like I said, I have a bunch of other loose ones that I gotta send out, but they're mostly all just, I think they're all Hong Kong, so they're really just common figures. So the next stuff here is, of course, let me just move these guys off to the side. And this is all of the Power of the Force 2 carded Boba Fett figures that I have in my collection. Now these are all again graded by AFA, and of course the one that I put in the center is probably the one that I really it's probably my most favorite one, because it is signed by the actor who played Boba Fett in the film, and that was a Philadelphia Toy Expo exclusive, and that's number 149, I want to say. Yeah. And then there was a green carded one that was also the same way. It was signed and everything like that, but that was a Japan Toy Expo exclusive. So I saw it once. The price was a little high, so I kind of passed on it, but now I'm like, man, I wish I haven't passed on it. So I haven't seen it again, so hopefully I see it again. But I think I have several videos on these, you know, so I'm gonna do it kind of quick, but I want to show you first what I have waiting to get graded. So the first one here, so this one right here, this is another red card, Power of the Force 2. This is a regular basic US standard release of Boba Fett, but the only thing is that this guy right here, as you can see, has the full circles on both hands, and I don't have that variant. The only regular US carded one is this guy right here, and he has the half circle, or the half circles on both hands. And so I wanted to get one with both circles, so here's one. This is a regular US standard card, so just, you know, everything's pretty much, there's nothing crazy on this, and there's no tri-language, no nothing like that. And so this is, again, this is how I ship them. I have these start cards. This one, the seller actually, you know, put it in this case, but this is really nice. And then I throw it in a box with a bunch of peanuts, and then I ship it off to AFA or CIS. And this one still has a sticker price, which is crazy, $4.99. Dang, I wish it was still $4.99. But that's a red card example, the newest one that I have that's getting ready to go out to AFA or CIS. I'm not sure. I gotta figure out which one I want to do. So the next one is a green carded one that I have ready again to go to either AFA or CIS. And now, so I do have one just like it. There's one with the hologram sticker of Boba Fett, but this one right here, as you can see, is collection number 1. So with these cards, or the green cards here, there was like 2 collections that came out. So you had, well, yeah, 3 collections. So you had the first collection, which was your basic standard card. They had collection number 3 again, which was like a re-release. So these were like the first release, and then they had collection number 3, and then I want to say collection number 2 was the whole freeze frame. And so it was just like a little added incentive to go ahead and collect the figures, because they actually had the freeze frame. So this one is the original release, collection number 1, and then I have collection number 3 over there. Not the best score, but hopefully maybe I could just replace it with a better score if I find a newer carded one. But this is collection number 3, hologram Boba Fett, both, yeah, full circles. And of course this is a regular US release carded figure here. So there's that guy right there. So those are the 2 that are getting ready. I do have a I think I had a Canadian. I have 2 Canadians, and I believe I have another Japan right now at AFA getting graded. So I do have those. I'm just waiting on that. Like I said, AFA just started to they started, you know, grading, accepting grading and stuff like that. They're like at full capacity. I believe they're at full capacity, but they were shut down for a while, and then they were, somebody had mentioned it, and I totally forgot to mention it, but AFA were making the acrylic, you know, cases for patients at hospitals and stuff like that. So, so they were doing stuff, but they were just kind of like, they had shifted their priorities over to medical supplies. So that was pretty cool. So again, I already did a video on these guys, so I'm gonna run through this pretty quick. So like I said, this is my Toy Expo from Philadelphia, and I'll show you the labels. So this is a 1998 Kenner Star Wars Power of the Force 2 red card Boba Fett Philadelphia Toy Expo, and this one received an 85, so really cool. And again, like I said, this is number 149. I need to research and see how many were actually released, so that'll be pretty interesting. But this is kind of your standard US carded, you know, red card Power of the Force Boba Fett there. Now this one right here, this is my Japan version. So this is my 1998 Kenner Star Wars Power of the Force 2 Boba Fett Japan square blister, and again right there, bam, it's got the Japanese sticker. But this is kind of like your regular US carded figure, just that Japan added their own sticker there from Takara. I want to say, was it Takara? I thought it was Takara that does this. Yeah, no, Tonka Corporation. Boom. So the next one here, now this one is the half circles that I said. So this is my regular release carded figure, but this one has the half circles on both hands right there. And as you can see, half circles. This was also another 85. Again, another US standard release. So nothing really crazy about these guys right here. And then of course this one's a really cool one, because this is the tri logo with the pamphlet back there. So this is a 1996 Kenner Power of the Force red card tri logo Boba Fett with the THX insert. So it has a little insert right there. So, and then of course you got the tri logo and the multi-language on the back. So those are the red cards. Let me move those guys off to the side. Now for the green card, again, this is my tri-language. I thought it was going to be considered as a tri-logo, but it doesn't have the logo. It's actually just tri-language. And so, like, again, this is my Power of the Force 2 freeze frame tri-language Boba Fett. And so again, this was kind of like the European version of this green card, and I don't think they did a tri logo to the green card. They just did a tri language, which kind of sucks. I wish they did a tri logo. I love tri logo carded figures. And this guy right here, again, this is my collection 3. Not the best, because it does have that nice little bent right there, and you know, you can see the veining going on. So not the best carded one, but this is my collection 3 again, and I showed you the collection 1, and this is the one with the hologram sticker. And of course, this is your regular basic US standard carded figure right there for Boba Fett. And then of course, the last one that I have way over here, this one right here, again, this is another freeze frame. And this is a basic, you know, your basic pretty much US standard freeze frame. So this one's a 85 Boba Fett freeze frame, and this is your regular US release Boba Fett. So this is a regular US freeze frame, and then here is the tri language that they use for European. And then of course I have collection 3 over here, and now I have collection 1, which I need to send over, and I think I have another collection 3 that I might get graded just to replace this one, so I'm not really sure. But those are the Kenner stuff that I have so far right now. So let me go ahead and bring out the Hasbro stuff, and then I'll show you what I have in that collection. Alright guys, so here is the Hasbro collection that I have so far of Boba Fett. It's not as huge as the Kenner one, of course, but still, you know, things are still waiting. I'm still waiting for stuff to get released, you know, like the carbonized Boba Fett in the Black series. I can't wait to get that. I have a couple of them pre-ordered, so I definitely want to do an unboxing and then keep the mintiest one and send that over to get graded. So here is my 3 3/4 inch Boba Fett that I have so far, and I love this collection that I got going on here because one, they're super minty, unpunched carded figures, but also it's the trilogy, even though, you know, Boba Fett didn't appear in the original Star Wars, but I love it because I have the original Star Wars carded there, the Empire Strikes Back card, and then the Return of the Jedi. And I am missing the Revenge of the Jedi carded Boba Fett figure that was also a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, just like the one in the back there that you can't really see, but that's the 6-inch Boba Fett for the 40th anniversary of the Empire Strikes Back, but that was in the Kenner colors, and so that was also a San Diego Comic-Con. So let me just show you what I got right here. So the first one here, this is pretty neat here. Like I said, this one they did a kind of like a homage to the original Kenner Boba Fett, but of course everybody wanted the, you know, the rocket firing Boba Fett, and of course, you know, Hasbro was like, yeah, let's go ahead and release one, and they actually did one, which was really awesome. So huge fan service there, and I wish they would do stuff like that, you know. I feel like right now they're still kind of doing a lot of like re-releases of figures. So I know like right now they're re-releasing a Boba Fett. I believe that's the Empire Strikes Back or the Return of the Jedi, but I know they're doing another re-release of these guys in a vintage collection, so I need to get that pre-ordered and check that figure out. But this one right here was really nice. This was released back in 2010. This was a mail order exclusive, which is really nice, and I'll show you the label here. I hate this label. I hate labels up here on top, so forgive me for this, but so this is a 2010 Hasbro Star Wars vintage collection rocket firing Boba Fett mail order exclusive. This one received a 8.5 uncirculated, which is really nice, but I hate this label. I hate it. I hate labels up here. I love labels just like this. Just keep them down there. I don't need to have the carded figure being taller, you know, the case wise. But anyways, here it is. So they definitely went with the Hong Kong country of origin Boba Fett, and of course it's got the rocket firing device there in the back. So he's got 2 rockets, I believe. So he's got one for display, and then he's got a longer one, if you guys can see that, for the actual firing mechanism, which is really cool. And again, this was a vintage collection, and this is number 3, so really nice. Again, you know, I hope they continue with the vintage collection because I think it's a great collection, and it's really the only thing that we have so far as of right now that is in 3 3/4 inch. I think I mean, yeah, they have like the Galaxy stuff that's like more geared little kids, you know, the cartoon series or whatever, but I hope they keep doing this. I know they do re-releases. I wish they would just do more unique figures than re-releases, but I hope they continue this because I think, honestly, I think this is their biggest seller, is the vintage collection. So I think it's really cool, and I love the card backs. You know, they're always doing that Kenner style card back, just how it was released back in the late 70s, early 80s or whatnot. So here is this one, and so that's a really nice piece there. The second one was also a mail-in order, but then later on they re-released it that you were able just to pick up at the store. Now this one was a year later, so this is a 2011 Hasbro Star Wars vintage collection, and of course this is Boba Fett in the prototype armor that was kind of being tested out before they actually went with the color that you see now in the films. But they wanted to do, this was like the original kind of outfit that they were gonna do, but then of course, you know, there was it just looked too much similar to a stormtrooper, so they didn't want to do that. So very nice, but I love this figure. This is really cool, and I'll show you the label. So this is a 2011 Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection Boba Fett prototype armor, mail order exclusive, and this one received a 9.0 uncirculated. Again, really beautiful card. And then of course on the back, this was Vintage Collection number 61, and then there's the actual picture while they were testing it out, you know, with the outfit and everything like that back in 1978. So really cool, and I wish they would do more of that. You know, I kind of miss that whole mail-in order stuff. I mean, I don't know why they don't do it. You know, I think that's a great idea. You know, you buy a couple of figures, send in the proof of purchase or whatnot, and then you just go ahead and then you get like an exclusive. They need to do that. You know, whoever is at their marketing team needs to, like, I don't know, they need to get fired or something. But here again, this is the Return of the Jedi. Again, I'm missing the Revenge of the Jedi. This is not the Vintage Collection. Okay, so this is a different toy line, a sub toy line that happened later on, or actually before these guys. This was back in 2004. So let me show you the label. So this is a 2004 Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Original Trilogy Boba Fett. This one received an 85 plus, really good scores. So this was interesting because this is the Original Trilogy collection, but this is the Vintage collection. And so what happens is they did pretty much 12 figures for the Vintage Original Trilogy, and so they pretty much did it just saying, hey, this was like our best figures that we ever did or whatnot. And so they did this, and this was kind of like a sub toy line of the original trilogy collection that you see right here. So this is not part of the Vintage collection. The only reason why I love this card is because it is the Return of the Jedi card back there, and so kind of like, you know, it has a little trilogy going on here. But so yeah, this only lasted like for a year, I want to say. So the Vintage Original Trilogy, they only did 12 figures. It only lasted for a year, from 2004 to 2005. And again, this was a sub toy line of the Original Trilogy collection, and that again only lasted for like a year or so. So it didn't last that long, and then of course they started going into the Vintage collection, and that really took off. And it's been a while. It's you know, Vintage collections, it's been here for a while now, so it's almost going on like 10 years, I want to say now. So yeah, 10 years. So really cool. So this big guy right here, this is another exclusive. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and of course this is the 6-inch Black Series figure that was released. That was actually last year. So I got this guy last year. This was the 40th anniversary for The Empire Strikes Back, and they did this kind of like exclusive kind of 6-inch Boba Fett with the Kenner colors, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, I love it. And what I love about these 40th anniversary card backs is that they have that kind of like that cool hologram look to them, you know, that really nice clean finish. And also in the back they do the same thing. So I do have Darth Vader and I have Darth Maul for the anniversary, and I love the card back. I mean, this is really cool. I love that they do this. You know, I know they started to release a lot of the anniversary carded at stores, but they just don't give it that cool finish like they do with these exclusives. So I had to get this. This was really nice. Let me show you the label. So this is a 2019 Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary Boba Fett San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and this one received a 8.5. So really great score. I love it. So as 6-inch, I like I said, man, when I grade 6 inches or the more modern stuff, I really try to go for the exclusive stuff, because it's just like, you're not gonna see it. Like, they're not probably gonna do this again. If they do, I'm gonna be pissed, because this was an exclusive. And then, you know, but you know, it's pros and cons, you know what I mean? Like, it's great when they do re-releases, because, you know, there's people out there that didn't get a chance to collect them. But then I hate that, you know, it's like, man, I had to jump through hoops just to get this guy, and then they're gonna re-release it. So I'd be like, no. But Anywho, that's pretty much it. That is my modern collection, and like I said, this is still growing because obviously I'm still waiting for stuff to get released as things are still going on. And you know, as the vintage collection, man, I hope they still continue that, because I think I think there was an article that I saw that was actually like their best selling compared to like the Black Series and so forth. So I hope they continue it. And like I said, I really dig exclusives. I love when they do something special to the card back and everything like that. So, but you know what, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my Boba Fett collection with you guys, what I got so far. And like I said, I'm still hunting, I'm still getting stuff sent over to AFA or CAS for grading. So man, you never know what I'm gonna find out there. But thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for the support, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.